Well, as snow hits the mountains, powerful wind, gusts, heavy rain hit western Washington today. Power knocked out in some areas. We've got team coverage, but let's start with Rebecca Stevenson, who's in the Weather Center. Rebecca, what's the latest?
Well, we definitely have record rainfall now for several spots across western Washington, with the intense heavy rain moving so slowly over the central Puget Sound all the way down to the south coast. You could see that Olympia crashed over its old record set back in 1953, coming up on 2 inches of rainfall. We're at 1.96 for Olympia. Now, these rainfall totals are going to continue to get added up all the way through the midnight hour. So as you look at well over 2 inches of rainfall for Hoquiam and Quillayute. In Quillayute's case, 2.5 inches of rainfall. 2 3/4 is what you've had today. Now, Seattle at SeaTac so far 1 1/3 inches, and you only have about 0.25 of an inch of rain to go before you hit your record. Other rain totals at our SchoolNet stations are impressive. McCleary sitting just to the south side of the Olympic Mountains, near 3.5 inches of rainfall today. Needless to say, we've got big concerns about flooding. We already have 3 flooding rivers: Skokomish, Bogachill, and Satsupp. And we've also got a flood advisory. Urban and small streams, creeks, areas that don't drain well, we're seeing those flood, and the flood watch for other rivers will continue overnight tonight. Automated snowfall totals at Mount Baker has hit 17 inches of snow, a foot at Stevens. Snoqualmie Pass ranging from 8 to 10 inches measured, and Crystal Mountain 9 inches of snow. So our winter weather advisory will continue through 10 a.m. on Sunday. Winter storm warning for the volcanoes to the north and south. Higher amounts, of course, falling above that 4,000-foot level, but the snow level will come down to 2,500 feet tonight, and we're expecting to see snowfall a little bit lower. It has been a slushy rain-snow mix for Stevens Pass, but you can see on the radar the intensity of precipitation has continued to drape across western Washington, continuing to come moderate to heavy rainfall, especially in the areas that get flooded so fast. We've got mudslides that have been reported already, especially on the Olympic Peninsula, and we're watching closely between Seattle and Everett as that very heavy rain continues to fall. Your wind gusts, well, we've already gotten through the strongest wind gusts. They were anywhere from 50 to 62 miles an hour. Coming up, I'll show you more rain totals and talk about the focus spots that we're getting tonight for the amounts of intense rain. Sebastian?
Long night of weather ahead. Rebecca, thank you. Well, this storm knocked out power to hundreds of homes around the area. King 5's Tony Black live in North Seattle with an update on outages. Tony.
Yeah, good evening to you, Sebastian. We're here on Holman Road Northwest, just a few blocks west of Greenwood Avenue North. There's a giant, large pool of standing water back here, and I promise if you stay with me on this hit, you'll likely see a car zoom by and make a big splash. But with all of this weather comes a lot of power outages, and they've been scattered throughout the area here. So we're going to kind of do a quick rundown. At last check, Seattle City Light says they have no current active outages going on right now. The 3 that they had earlier, one in Burien, one over in Magnolia, and then one up in Greenwood area where we were earlier. Those have all been taken care of. 2 of those involved a trees over the power lines, and then one was a failed transmitter. But the same cannot be said for some of the other places. Snowco PUD had at least 123 customers still without power as of 9:50 p.m. Mason County has one big outage that's affecting about 300 customers, and Puget Sound Energy has 39 outages that they say are affecting about 2,000 customers. Now, coming up at 11 o'clock, we will talk with someone from Seattle Public Utilities who will tell us what the city is doing to make sure that big pools like this don't hang around too long for the rest of this wet weekend. For now, here in North Seattle, I'm Tony Black, King 5 News.
Tony Black doing his best to stay dry out there. Well, utility crews have cleared Highway 101 near Shelton. This after it was blocked by a downed power pole. The pole fell early this morning near the Skokomish River Bridge. Mason County PUD sent a crew to the scene.